and Assalamualaikum. My name is Aimin Shira binti Malik and my matrix numbers is 2021611032. And today I will be review chapter 2, which is managing conflict. On the first slide shows that is conflict costly. So what I can say in these two slides is if we do not know how to manage our conflicts, we have a trouble in our life because it's cost a lot. For example, GMC lost more than 2.2 billions and Mac is so ridiculous to lose that much because we fail and don't know how to manage the conflicts. Moving on to the next slide, which is all conflict is bad. What I can understand on this slide is not all conflicts inside an organization is unhealthy, but if it is not properly managed, conflict between and among employees may easily turn to something ineffective, contentious, and destructive. Next is the definitions of conflict. Definitions of conflict is while the majority of experts concur that while resistance, incompatibility, and interactions are crucial components in conflict, perceptions of conflict is important. Not all experts can agree on a single description of what conflict is. In other words, if nobody perceives a conflict, it probably doesn't exist. Next, what is conflict actually? Conflict is when someone believes that someone else has negatively affected or is about to negatively affect something that the first person cares about. Conflict is perceived to have started. People who differ to the extent that they are unable to work together are said to be in conflict. And some of example that I can give is when student A give an opinion but student B doesn't agree with student A's opinion. So they will make up a conflict between both of them. Next, I will move to the 3 views of conflicts. First one is the traditional view. Second is the human view. And the last one is the interactionist view. I will continue with the first view, which is the traditional view. The traditional view assumes that all conflict is negative and it associated conflict with negative concepts like violence, destructions, irrationality, and poor communications, a lack of honesty, and a lack of confidence between employee and management were seen to be root causes of conflict. Next is the human view. A popular view from 1940s to the 1970s. According to this viewpoint, conflicts occurs naturally in all groups and organizations. Labor psychologists claim that one should embrace or welcome conflict because it is unavoidable. There is no getting rid of it, and it might even be helpful. Lastly is the interaction view. This view emerged from the social science in literature of 1980 and 1990s. This point of view actually increased conflict. A group that is attuned, calm, serene, and cooperative could become fixed, apathetic, and unresponsive to the need for innovations and change. For sources of conflict in organizations, we have 5, which are limited resources, values, goals, and priorities, poorly defined responsibilities, change in the environment, the marketplace, the society, or the economy, and the last one is human drive for success, competitions. So there are some benefits of dealing with conflict, which are stronger relationships, increased self-respect, personal growth and development, improved efficiency and effectiveness, became more creative, non-traditional thinking, and lastly having greater synergy and teamwork. Next, I will move to how we can sensing conflict. First one, we need to visualize conflict by asking who, what, when, how, where, and why. Next, give and get feedback from others. After that, we need to define expectations, and lastly, review performance regularly. So this is styles of conflict management. So first one is cooperating, people who are assertive and uncooperative. Second is collaborating, people who are assertive but cooperative. Third one is avoiding, people who are both unassertive and uncooperative. Next is accommodating, people who are unassertive but cooperative. And the last one is compromising, people who are at the midpoint on both assertiveness and cooperativeness. Compromise occurs when each party to a conflict demonstrates a willingness to give up something in order to promote a solution. So what should you or we do if we have a conflict? First is we need to listen, and then listen some more. Second, next is separate the people from the problem, and then recognize and accept the feelings of the individuals involved. Next is keep your own emotions in neutral, track the conflict to its source, communicate continually and honestly, and then get people together on the small stuff first. Then devise options for mutual gains, follow up to ensure success, and last, know when to cut your loose. So we can say that actually managing our conflict, your conflict, is important in our daily life. So by learning this chapter, I can finally know how to manage my conflict, what a conflict are actually, and then I know the meaning of the conflicts and more. So that is from me to review this chapter 2, which is managing conflicts. Thank you.